Hello everyone and welcome to Vintage Story, which is a game that I've never played on the channel before. It's also been a while. Hi. A lot has happened in my life. I've grown quite old. I think I started this channel when I was 16. I'm 24 now, which is kind of crazy. But I haven't uploaded in a really long time, or at least consistently. Hopefully that's going to change with this game, because I've been loving this game for the last few weeks. Me and my fiance have been playing it a ton. If you haven't seen this game before, it's very challenging. It's not your mama's Minecraft mod, you know. But for those of you that have played this game before, here's my world settings right here. You can pause the screen and copy that if you want. As far as the seat goes, let's not dive right away. That seems like a good seat. This game has a lot of Eldritch horror elements, has a lot of survival elements, has a lot of cool mechanical elements, and hopefully we'll get to explore a lot of that. The building in this game is fantastic too. Alrighty, now that we are faced with character creation, and I won't lie to you, this is my second time trying to record this, so this is our dude. This is who we're rocking with. I don't know how much of the lore I'm going to explore in this playthrough, but I will try. For those of you that are interested, and there are different classes you can pick at the start of the game as well after your character customization. Blackheart is tempting because they get unique swords and shields, but they also get plus 30% hunger rate, which is a nightmare. So I think I want to go with the hunter. We get some extra range damage and accuracy, we get more animal loot, we get more walk speed, we get the bowyer trait, which lets us craft bows and arrows, like the recurve bow, which is really good. As well as crude arrows, which don't require feathers, which is nice. We do lose a little bit of melee damage, we do lose a little bit of ore drop rate and mining speed, but that is okay with me. That is acceptable. So we're going to run Hunter. And we spawned in a chert biome, right next to some lead. I don't know if I really need this right now, so I think we'll just leave this here. And you can make little marks on the map if you hold Alt and hover over your minimap like this. Or you can press M to open the map. I usually press M, so that's probably what you'll see me do most of the time. I am playing with a few mods, nothing crazy. I will list them in the description along with links, because I hate when people don't link the mods. There's a chicken over there. First thing we're going to do is punch some bushes. That will get us some sticks. And then we need to find something we can make a tool out of. I don't think we can make tools out of chert stone, but let me try. Oh, I can. I can make a chert knife. So let me explain that a little more. When you want to make a tool, you gotta hold shift, right click with a rock and put it down, and you gotta right click again. And that'll let you choose what kind of tool you want to make. I'm gonna make an axe and a knife to start with. I didn't know you could make tools out of chert stone. Normally you want to use flint or obsidian. Those are the two best ones to use. But for now, beggars can't be choosers. Take our axe head and a stick. That gives us an axe. Then we take our knife blade, do the same thing. And there's some more lead here. I will come back for this, I promise. I promise I'm not going to leave this here. But for now I am. But, oh, here we go, some boulders. That'll give us a bunch of stones. See where we're at. We got a big lake over here. That might be interesting to take a peek at. If this breaks off into another lake, I might build like right here. Let's put a marker down. It's like that's where we're gonna go. It's a little bit to the south. It's out of the desert, which this is a very big chert biome by the looks of things. Probably lots of bears and things that I don't want to deal with. But our first goal is gonna be to find some cattails. Ooh, and some food. Wow. So we're gonna hold shift and right click with a knife. We're going to take a little trimming of it, cutting, sorry. And that'll let us replant that wherever we want, because that has really good stats. You can see it's got minus 30% nutrient uptake and plus 30% harvest speed. That's pretty good. Some red wine caps. These are safe to eat mushrooms, I know this. Yeah, our biggest enemy is going to be starvation, along with the hostile creatures that exist. So avoiding starvation is going to be one of our biggest tasks. I just heard a rooster. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's definitely a rooster near me. Which is fine. Roosters aren't that scary. They will attack you if you attack them, though. Now I just want to worry about getting some of these, though. You can see we have very limited... Ooh, is this clay? Ooh, scheisse, this is clay. Alright, we're going to mark this on the map. Because clay is a very useful resource. So we're going to mark that. But the main thing I want is these cattails. Really nice to find clay like that really early on, though. You can see that we have some limited inventory space. We got nothing. We just got this hotbar. So what we're going to need to do is collect up 10 of these cattails. This is not going to be a very educational playthrough, I don't think. I'm going to be learning a lot as we get deeper into the game. I've only gotten to Copper Age, really. Which is very early on. It'll take us probably about 6 hours to get to Copper Tools. At least. I think my first playthrough, it took me 10 hours. I haven't even finished like a playthrough yet, though. I've only done the beginning. I've just been trying to learn like the basics of the game so I could have somewhat of an understanding. And I wasn't planning on making a series on here. But, I don't know. It's just speaking to me. Reminds me of my hardcore days. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all were here for that. Probably not. You're probably a bunch of new people. Hi. Welcome to the channel. Go back and watch some of my old stuff. It's kind of cringe, but it's great. Ooh, here we go. So this is flint. This has the little gray rock in it. So we're going to want that because that's flint. Flint is a lot better than these church stones that I'm using for tools at the moment. I'd love to find some obsidian though. We're going to get yelled at for wasting hunger, jumping around and stuff. Ooh, some flax. All right, first things first. We're going to take 10 of these cattails and make a basket. And we're actually going to make 2 more. And that expands our inventory. So now we've got some actual inventory space to work with, thankfully. And that means we can collect this flax, which is very important. We're definitely going to need lots of flax. Try to get a farm up as early as possible. Probably grow a lot of flax. Let's start heading to that marker we made and see what's up there. I do have the Watersheds mod enabled, so we are going to get some cool rivers and stuff. Wow, that's loud. But we are going to get some cool waterfalls and stuff. And I think we can build water wheels on those. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure if the mod works with water wheels. But yeah, like I said, all the mods will be linked in the description. Now we've got 10 more cattails. We can make our last basket. You can hold up to 4 different backpacks or baskets. We're not done with cattails, though, so I'm going to harvest some more. Cattails will be a resource you need lots of as you play the game, so don't be afraid to grab just lots of them. There goes my knife. But I've got 28 more cattails, so that's fine. Let's head over to our marker and see how things are looking there and if we want to build there, because we do need to build fairly quickly before night arrives. I'd very much prefer to have a house up, or at least a hole in the ground. Swim. Look at all the fish in this lake. This will be great for fishing. There's so many fish in here. Take a look at the map now. Let's see. Okay. It looks like it might lead out into some sort of ocean. It looks like there is like a water route that we can take with a raft. So I think I like this location. I also like this hill right here. I can build something cool on top of this hill. But for now, I think we'll settle over here. Looks like it's a lot of low fertility soil too, which isn't great, but we can find some high fertility, medium fertility. That's fine. Oh yeah, this is a good spot. Is that a ruin out there? That might be a ruin. I do have the BetterRuins mod installed. Ooh, parsnips and a cracked vessel. So these are little things. I have the carry-on mod installed so I can pick that stuff up. But this is a food vessel, as you can see at the top there. There'll be ruins throughout the map, especially if you're using the BetterRuins mod like I am, that have these cracked vessels. And you can break them for food. And that gave us a bunch of rye grain, which I will eat immediately, because I'm getting hungry. We've got some flint, so what we're going to want to do is make probably a shovel. So we've got our shovel. Would also probably like another knife. Maybe a spear. Spear could potentially save our lives. Yeah, just because I'm new to this game doesn't mean everyone watching is going to be new to this game, so I'm not going to go over every little thing, but I will try to explain things as I go, because I know there will be a lot of new players to this game, hopefully, because I like this game a lot. I'd love to see it grow. Ooh. Ripe berry bush. Some berries. Whoops. Put those in there. Got some mushrooms. Okay. Let's build a dirt hut. That is one thing that consistently translates from Minecraft in this game. Yeah, so I'm gonna level out this, I think. Harvest these berries too. Wow, these both suck. But some more berries for us. Starvation's the enemy. That's gonna be our biggest enemy in this game. So I'm just gonna dig this out, get some dirt blocks. Playing with the standard settings, aside from the world generation, I'm just playing completely standard. If anyone's interested. I think it'd be really fun to do a server sometime. Like, if there's any SMPs out there that want to hit me up, I'd love to play on a server in this game. Alright, I got us exactly 65 dirt, so we're going to take that. I'm going to need one more. 66 dirt. So we're going to go like that. That'll give us some packed dirt. Then we're going to go like this. And that'll give us some rammed earth, which is a very nice looking block in my opinion. And you can actually turn it into different variants just by sticking it back into the crafting table. So if I keep doing this, we should get a very brick-like pattern, yeah. Yeah, normally it's just a gray smooth block, but we can get kind of a brick pattern out of it, which is what I'm going to go with. So we build our little hut here. So this is technically a dirt hut, but it's a very nice dirt hut. I actually want to go a little bit smaller. I like to have my doors off-center on my first house, just so I can have more like interior area. I'm just gonna build this up to about 3 high. And then I'm gonna go get some logs. There we go. Let's also delete that. Put a new waypoint down. Alright, let's go chop one of these pine trees. Maybe 2. Ooh, there's some fennel here. Now this will take a moment. Bear with me. The whole tree comes down. Don't we love that? Don't we love when the whole tree comes down? You know, chopping this tree is giving me a lot of time to think, and I should have grabbed some of that clay back at the start. I really should have picked some of that up so I didn't have to go back for it. But that's fine. We're gonna have to go back for it. Alright, now this is kind of unnecessary what I'm about to do, but I like my houses to look nice, so I don't think I'm going to have enough logs. It's also fine. Saying a lot of things are fine when they're not fine. We got a pine seed. Let's plant that like right here. Alright, it's coming together, it's coming together. Need a few more pine trees. Try and make a flint axe. I'm sure there are some people out there thinking that like I'm wasting hunger by building a house this early, but I am, and I don't care. Ooh. Horsetail, that is good. Horsetail is used for medicine. It's a medicinal herb. I think it's a medicinal herb in real life as well. But we can use that. We can use that for our own medicine, which will be helpful once we start getting into combat and things. There we go. Now we just need a roof. I don't know what I'm going to build. First, we're going to take some of our reeds here, make a reed chest, just to make my life a little easier. There we go. That's a cleaned up inventory, kind of. Not really. Alright, next thing we're going to do is make some firewood. So we're going to go like this with an axe and our crafting table, some logs, and that'll give us some firewood. Then we're going to take this piece of dry grass that I picked up earlier, which to get dry grass, all you do is cut a piece of grass. Bam, dry grass. And we're going to make a fireplace. So you're just going to place the piece of grass on the ground, put 4 fire logs on top of it, firewood logs. And then we also need to make, with another piece of dried grass, a fire starter. That will let us start our fire. Why do I have reeds in my offhand? We do this for long enough. Sometimes it takes a while. Wow, this is taking a while and it's using a lot of my energy. Come on, just ignite. Damn, this thing does not want to ignite. There we go. Okay. I think for now, can I turn this back into the smooth variant? I can. I think we're just gonna do smooth ram nerf for the roof for now. It's getting dark already. It is getting dark. Alright, next thing we're going to do is collect up a bunch of dry grass for a bed, so we can sleep through the night. I also do have the respawn at bed mod enabled, so if that upsets you, sorry, but it seems like a lot of people play with it. And I don't like spawning miles away from my base for no reason. There's really no gameplay mechanic that makes it, like, I don't know, worth suffering through. But we'll take 3 hay blocks, make a hay bed. I'll probably just put that right there for now. And then we are going to need a door. So for that, we're actually going to use fence gates. Because you can make a crude door, you can make a very cheap door, but it just breaks randomly when you use it. So instead you can use fence gates. And those work as a much better door. So it's not quite like Minecraft. Enemies don't spawn at night. They spawn in darkness and around rifts. And I'll show you a rift once one pops up. But I don't like being outside at night. It scares me. So I want a nice, secure dirt hut. Lovely. I'll just place these extra 2 blocks here. So in this game, there are certain things you can just like stack on floors instead of in chests, and that's one of them. This is not one of them. So you can put like flax fibers on the ground, you can lean your tools up against walls, which I think is cool. I can just lean everything up against this wall if I want. Not going to, except for the fire starter. The fire starter I usually leave right next to the fire. Makes sense, right? And then, like that, we're gonna get a little more dry grass before it goes dark. That's just so I can make a couple of torches. There are 2 ways to go about lighting torches. You can hold shift and right click over a fire and it'll light it up, or you can just put them in the fire. Eventually they will light, but for now I'm just going to place this torch like right here. Torches do burn out eventually. You can see there at the top of the screen. I have the extra info mod installed, so in game time it'll take 2 days for this torch to burn out. But you could also break the torch and place it back and it'll reset that timer. So as long as we remember to do that, we shouldn't run out of that torch. And there we go, we've got 5 more. It's getting dark out. I'm gonna go collect some more reeds. Seashell. I like seashells. I think seashells are neat. So with these 24 cattails, we can make another reed chest. It's great. Put that there. That'll let me store other things once I have them. Now I'm gonna keep all that on me though. And yeah, that is our first night, folks, or our first day. It is 21:42, I think. that we are going to sleep. And we'll get one more day in. This isn't sleeping, by the way. I'm just sitting on the edge of the bed. It's actually a waste of hunger to sleep. Your hunger drains in your sleep. So sometimes the best option is actually just to sit here all night. But I don't think I'll be doing that. I hear awful noises outside. You guys want to see the Eldritch Horrors? Ooh, there's one right there. Hi. Ow, he threw a rock at me. Oh my god, there's a shiver there too. Why is my house surrounded with monsters? I'm scared. I think I'm just gonna sleep. You'll see right here that my hunger is gonna start draining pretty rapidly. Might have to fight these things. Ow, he threw another rock at me. You little bastard. There's a shooter. Oh, there's a rift. Look. There's also a shooter. But there's a rift right there. That's what's spawning the enemies. Ah, shizza. I really need a bow. Ow! These guys do a lot of damage. Alright, that one's dead. There we go. Whew. Fighting off an invasion. Ooh, bow and arrow. I'll take that. I don't know where the shiver went, the little spider thing, but that's okay. Alright, I think the main thing today is going to be foraging and getting clay. Put this bow and arrow away. Now I need to make a shovel, because I would have loved to just do clay all night. You can form clay and stuff, which I will show you guys momentarily. But I would have preferred to just do that all night instead of sleep. It would have been a better use of my hunger. Alright, now I've got a shovel. Put some clay. Maybe some firewood. How far away was that clay? It's all the way up there. Wonder if we can find some closer clay. Probably like over here somewhere. We need to forage for food, we need to forage for cattails. We need to forage for clay. Those are our 3 goals right now. So I'm just going to gather a bunch of cattails and then we'll go foraging a bit. Got another 52 cattails and 42 cattail roots. The nice thing about the roots is we can cook and eat them, so those are... Now we just need to find clay, and I guess I'm going to have to head back towards that clay. Made it back to the clay. There's quite a lot of it here. I'm just going to grab, like, a bunch. I actually like that our clay pit is pretty far from the house, because I don't like digging up around my house too much. Alright, that's 3 stacks of clay, that's plenty for now. I'm not sure if it was quicker to swim or just to run around. I'll probably just run around. Oh. We've done it. We've done it. We found copper. First patch of copper. Only 6, which is sad, but that's fine. At least we know we got copper around. That's a wolf, that's a wolf, that's a wolf, that's a wolf. Oof. I'm really trying not to. I knew running around was a bad idea. I knew it was. Yeah, this is why I'm not doing a hard. Ooh. This is why I'm not doing a hardcore run yet. This game is hard. I need that wolf to be gone. Get out of here. We are going to cut down this fruit tree, though. Bring it back to the house. Ooh. Nice. Ooh, nice. We got 3 cuttings out of that. Hell yeah. That's good. This is good news. Alright, well, that's our first death. So I'll try to keep track. There we go. Nice. So those have a 40% chance of turning into a fruit tree. Should be good. Let's cook up our cattail roots. Clay away for now. Leave copper away for now. Copper on the floor. Put the cattails on the floor too. Yeah. Let's go chop some trees. Yo, geez, no, I hate birch. It's not that bad in this game, though. I actually don't hate it in this game. Can't lie. It's not as ugly. It's not as, like, offensive as it is in Minecraft. Birch is just such an offensive color in Minecraft. Ooh. He heard me talking shit. Well, okay. This is fine. I got the firewood. I might turn off the extra info mod. It's kind of annoying me. Like, look at all that info. It's too much info. I hate it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn that off. So wolf there. Wolf there. I guess that leaves us like over here. That should get us a good chunk of firewood. Okay, so I did a few little things. I chopped up that firewood, and I made ourselves a little setup here for pit kilns. For those of you that don't know, to make clay stuff, which we're gonna do now. You're gonna shift and right click with some clay, and you'll get all these options. There's a lot of stuff here. Don't get overwhelmed. The first thing we're gonna do is make a cooking pot. And to do that, it's just like the flint napping. You left click to remove material, then you right click to add material. You're just gonna follow this little guide. And now that we're on the next layer, a nice tool to know is you press F, and then I'll open up these tools. You get 1x1, 2x2, 3x3, and duplicate layer. This layer is the same as the last layer, so you just hold right click, and it'll duplicate the layers up to the top, and then we have to go in one, so we're going to switch back to our 1x1. And bam. We now have a cooking pot. But it is not ready to use, as it needs to be fired in a pit kiln. Let me make a few more things, and then I'll show you guys what a pit kiln is. I just heard that wolf outside my house, and I'm not happy about it. One thing we are going to do real quick while it's on my mind is make some ropes. 3, perfect. That's just using cattails and a little line like that. And then we are going to see the wolf. I got distracted and grabbed cattails instead of rope. See the wolf over there. That jerk. I am about to start starving though, so let's grab some of our cooked ribosomes. Rhizomes? Bam, now we're at full hunger. And you can see we actually have a diet to follow. So we have fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, and dairy. You get more hit points and I think better satiety satiety. At least I think it drains slower if you have a better diet, but you also get more health points for having a better diet. So keeping our diet balanced is going to be important in the future, but for now we're going to eat whatever we can just to not starve. Now that I've got 4 items, we're going to collect some dry grass, which I need a knife for. Okay, we're going to collect up 10 pieces of dried grass. Going to pick one of these pits, throw our stuff in, and shift right click 10 grass on it. Then we're going to need 8 sticks. Then we're going to need 4 firewood. And then we're going to light it. There we go. Now we'll have some fired clay stuff in probably the morning. I heard a wolf. Alright, next thing we're going to do, make some arrows. Now this is actually a mod where we can convert firewood into more sticks. I like this mod. This is a good mod. So instead of focusing on clay like I should right now, I'm going to make some arrows, which is going to take me a moment. There we go. That gives us 6 arrowheads. And we can combine that with sticks to get crude arrows because of the bowyer trait, because we chose hunter. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a ton of arrows. And I'll do some pottery and stuff, and it is getting dark. So I think that overnight I'm going to do some more flint knapping, make some more arrows, do some pottery, and I think that will be where we leave this episode for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more. We're going to keep doing this series for quite a while. And of course, leave your suggestions down in the comments. Let me know what you think I should work on next. Should we get a farm up next? Should we do some hunting? I am the hunter after all. So I think we might end up doing some hunting. And by the sounds of that wolf, we're going to have to do some hunting. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!